Okay, so I wanted to make this video so that we can talk about student leadership. Now, usually when people talk about student leadership, they talk about it as if it were the same thing as adult leadership. But I think that there has to be a difference, simply because the two persons will be operating in two different environments. For example, you as a student or as a teenager just living day to day, you're going to have a different set of challenges day in and day out, different than an adult, right? My challenges are going to be different, completely different than yours, just because I'm older. I have a family, I'm all grown up, and so on. Now, to be clear, I do believe that the theories or the approaches to leadership are basically going to be the same for an adult as they are for students. But nonetheless, I think that we need to have the discussion because, in my opinion, if we're going to be effective leaders, we need to investigate leadership as a whole from every angle. So a good place to start, I think, would be to define what a leader is, literally. Okay, so if I type in leader in my dictionary on my computer, this is what comes up. So it's basically saying that it's a person who leads or commands an organization, right? Okay. So my understanding is that that's what you want to do as a section leader, right? That's why you want it to be a section leader, or that's why I asked you to be a section leader, so that you can lead your section, right? And that's what we do in band. You're called a section leader. But how do you do that? What is it that you are supposed to do to be a section leader, to lead the section? If I was interviewing for the position of section leader and I asked you, what do you think a section leader is supposed to do? Do you think that you might answer like this? Be on time, help teach our music and marching fundamentals, try out for region band, have respect, pass my classes, be responsible. That sounds familiar, right? Those answers sound like the right thing to say because you've probably heard other people say them. Maybe your parents say them, maybe your teachers, maybe you've heard me say them, right? Or your friends. But those are just words. And don't get me wrong, words are important. But what good are words if the meaning is superficial? What I mean is that you're saying the words just because you want to get the job. So then you get the job and your effort is only at about, let's just say 50% of your full potential. So what I'm trying to say is that if both you and me are trying to lead an organization and we're only operating at our 50% of our full potential, then I think it would be likely that we will fail at some level. And eventually, we will be looked upon as frauds, right? Posers, whatever you want to call it, not real. So I think that it's really important that, at least for you, that you think that this is important. Because if you're truly going to be successful, not just in band or in school, but in your life, you're going to have a better way of operation or a more clear idea of what it means to be successful. So up to this point, I hope that I've been able to convince you that this topic of leadership or of being a leader can open up a can of worms for a lot of us. In reality, I think that some of you will try. I think some of you will try really hard. But I also know that some of you will try just for a little while. And some of you just won't try at all. So, one thing is for certain, and that is that you can rest assured that it will expose the real you.
Volatility complexity means that I'm uncertain as to which direction to go, left, right, forward, backwards, and it's ambiguous as to even which one of those is right or wrong. They all might be the right thing to do. So for the SEALs, it all comes down to mindset. The plan, mindset trumps the plan all the time. And that kind of addresses what you were talking about earlier, Ken. It's like you get in the field, you might have like everything gamed out, you visualize success, everything, you practice all the principles, and it still goes wrong. And at this point, it's all mindset. And the mindset there is, hey, we got to solve this problem regardless. It's going to be uncomfortable. But we know in the SEALs that doubt is eliminated through action. And so what we do is we try to figure out the smallest action that we can take that'll lead us toward some solution. And then we pause and we get feedback immediately. We activate what we call the OODA loop. We observe what happened from that action. We reorient ourselves to the new reality. We take another action or make another choice or decision for another small action, and then we take that action and then we pause and we learn to do this very quickly. That we say that those who have a very fast OODA loop are the ones who win in a VUCA environment.
Yeah.